Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt betrayed? Have you ever had someone break your trust so deeply that you didn't know how to move forward? I understand that feeling all too well. And as someone who has practiced Buddhism for many years, I want to guide you through the process of forgiveness and healing. Betrayal is a heavy weight to carry, isn't it? It leaves scars that run deep, and often it feels impossible to let go. But the good news is, in Buddhism, we learn that forgiveness isn't just possible. It's necessary for our peace of mind. Today I want to share how we can learn to forgive and forget from a Buddhist perspective. Not because the betrayal didn't matter, but because you matter. Your peace, your well-being, they matter most. Step 1, accepting the pain. Let's be honest. When someone betrays you, it hurts. A lot. And in Buddhism, we're not taught to run from that pain or pretend it doesn't exist. Instead, we face it head-on. One of the core teachings of the Buddha is that suffering is inevitable. But we have the power to decide how we handle it. When we accept the pain, we take the first step in releasing it. Acknowledge how you feel. You don't need to suppress your emotion or hide them. Sit with that discomfort, observe it, and breathe through it. This acceptance is the foundation for moving forward. Step 2, cultivating compassion. Now, here's where things get tricky. Buddhism teaches us to respond to betrayal with compassion. Yes, even for the person who hurt you. I know, it sounds difficult, but let's think about it. The person who betrayed you, whether out of ignorance, fear, or their own suffering, was acting from a place of confusion. The Buddha teaches us that we're all caught in cycles of suffering. When someone wrongs you, they're often caught in their own web of pain. So instead of holding on to anger, what if you could extend compassion toward them? I'm not saying to excuse their actions, but to recognize that they too are human. Flawed and imperfect, just like all of us. One way to do this is through a simple loving-kindness meditation. Picture the person who betrayed you, and in your mind, offer them compassion. May you be free from suffering. It doesn't mean you agree with what they did, but it's a powerful step toward letting go of the anger. Step 3, letting go of anger. I know what you're thinking. How do I let go of this anger? It feels so justified, right? But here's the thing. Anger keeps you trapped. It's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. In Buddhism, we talk a lot about the impermanence of emotions, including anger. Every time you feel that anger rising, try to step back and observe it without attaching yourself to it. Instead of thinking, I am angry, you can shift to, I am feeling anger right now. It's a small change, but it helps you see that the anger doesn't define you. Slowly, you'll find that it becomes easier to let it go. One of the Buddha's teachings that I find most powerful in moments like this is, holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Step 4, embracing impermanence. Here's something I want you to remember. Nothing lasts forever, not even betrayal. Everything in this life is impermanent, constantly changing. The hurt you feel now won't last forever unless you hold on to it. When you accept the impermanence of all things, it becomes easier to release the attachment to the past. Think of it this way. When we cling to betrayal, we're clinging to a moment that's already gone. By embracing the truth of impermanence, we open ourselves up to new possibilities, to healing, and to a brighter future. Step 5. Forgiveness is for you. Here's something crucial that I've learned through years of practice. Forgiveness isn't for the other person, it's for you. Often we think that if we forgive, we're letting the other person off the hook. But that's not what forgiveness is about. In Buddhism, forgiveness is an internal act of freeing yourself from suffering. Whether or not the person who hurt you ever apologizes or even acknowledges what they've done, forgiveness allows you to release the burden. It's not about excusing the betrayal, but about choosing peace for yourself. When you forgive, you stop letting that person's actions control your emotions. You take back your power. Step 6. Moving forward with mindfulness. Once you've walked through these steps, accepting the pain, cultivating compassion, letting go of anger, and embracing impermanence, you'll find that you're ready to move forward with clarity. In Buddhism, we talk a lot about mindfulness. Being mindful means living in the present moment, not letting past hurts dictate your future. When you forgive, it doesn't mean you forget what happened, but it means you're no longer defined by it. You're choosing to live in the present, and that's where true peace lies. As you move forward, practice mindfulness in your relationships. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, and be mindful of the energy you allow into your life. If you need to set boundaries, do so with love and compassion for both yourself and others. Final thoughts. Forgiving someone who betrayed you is one of the hardest things you'll ever do. But remember, forgiveness in Buddhism is not about the other person. It's about your own peace. By following these teachings, you can release the pain, let go of the anger, and find true freedom within yourself. Take it one step at a time. Practice compassion, both for yourself and for others, and embrace the impermanence of all things. You have the power to heal, to forgive, and to move forward with an open heart. Thank you for taking this journey with me. I know how hard it can be, but I also know the peace that awaits you on the other side. If you have any thoughts or experiences you'd like to share, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. And if this teaching resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe for more insights on how Buddhist philosophy can help you navigate life's challenges.